It's a hot take, but I'm curious how hot y'all think it is. The Titans are assembling what I would call a dream staff right now. Robert Saleh, head coach. Brian Daboll, OC. Gus Bradley, if y'all remember, who helped coordinate some of those Legion of Boom defenses. Obviously, it was Dan Quinn, but Gus Bradley helped coordinate some of those Legion of Boom defenses. And then John Fossil is a special teams coach, former Dallas Cowboys special teams coach, amongst others. This staff, to me, is pretty iconic. Cam Ward showed a lot of flashes. So, T, let me ask you, ask the chat, Shady, let me ask y'all, is it possible that the Titans are going to be this year's Patriots? That next year's Titans, Cam Ward in his sophomore season, Drake May, his sophomore season, Robert Saleh, his second tenure as a head coach, Mike Vrabel, his second tenure as a head coach, Brian Daboll, former head coach turned OC, Josh McDaniel, former head coach turned OC. I'm actually doing this off the top of my head because I didn't realize all this was actually happening until I'm talking it out. Is it possible that next year's Tennessee Titans team are this year's New England Super Bowl attending Patriots team? TJ, what do you think? Got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code SpeakEasy today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
They for sure have a chance because not many people, I was a special teams guy coming to league, punt returner. Bones Fossil might be the best special teams coach in the league. He might be the best special teams coach. Attention to detail. Special teams will be a strength for the Titans. That's a fact. Gus Bradley, I'm a fan of his. I just like him as a human being. He's a good dude. He's a good person. Former head coach. And so that's what you're saying is, like, all their coordinators are previous head coaches. If Cam Ward is the first pick, the Tennessee Titans will make the playoffs this year. If Cam Ward is as good as people assumed he would be when he was drafted number one. Now, we know 100% for a fact they drafted the defensive end with the first pick. That's what Robert Saleh. He want guys that's going to get it. So you have Jeffrey Simmons. They're going to draft the defense. They're going to draft the pass rusher with that first pick. Mm-hmm. They need a receiver that can complement Calvin Ridley. They need a receiver
struggled last year
that can complement Calvin Ridley.
I don't know about that. I think he need to go to number 2.
He gonna be the number 1 just because whoever you draft as a rookie, because unless the Cowboys don't franchise George Pickens, who you bringing in that's gonna unseat Calvin Ridley? No rookie.
Mm-hmm. Gus Bradley, he's the head coach of Buffalo for a little bit, right?
Nah, he was a head coach in Jacksonville.
Head coach in Jacksonville for 2013 to 2016.
He left Buffalo to go to Jacksonville.
He was Seattle's defensive coordinator.
I was with him in Seattle.
He go to Buffalo.
He was never at Buffalo. Not Gus Bradley.
No,
not Gus.
But he, as a person, you not gonna meet a better person than Gus Bradley. You not.
God bless that brother.
And he can coach. Mm-hmm. That's he can coach. And I don't know Robert Saleh.
Top to bottom, seemed like he a good dude. Here's what's crazy. Obviously, Robert Saleh is a question mark. But top to bottom, this is one of the best staffs in the National Football League. I can't
say Robert Saleh is a question mark because
and a head coach.
When he was with the Jets, the defense was really good.
It was nice.
When he left, that defense went to shit. So that tell me right then and there, he know what he doing. He just messed up on his OC hire. That's where he met. Brian Daboll is a good OC. Yeah. He's shown us that he can coordinate a good offense. You got a mobile quarterback that can throw the ball on the run, in the pocket, whatever. If Cam Ward is what he's supposed to be, the Titans going to surprise some people.
I think Cam's good. I was rough on him because I don't really believe in, like, if I'm going to take number 1 pick overall, he ain't had no stars. That was kind of like,
man.
You know what I mean? That's tough. But I think he's talented. But the wide receiver room, though, like Let's talk about it, though.
Talk about it, 2-5.
Calvin really, though, he did not play good this year. He did a lot. He had a lot.
In the second round, did they draft a dude last year in the second round from Stanford?
It was second or third round. It wasn't Alec
Nigerian.
Is he?
Yeah, he African
Alec
for sure.
Ayomanor, I think.
Oh, yes, up your lane right there.
Yeah.
Listen, though, I don't know, man. I don't like Calvin. Really, he didn't really do nothing for me. I thought he would have a really good year.
They need help in that receiving room.
Yeah,
but we know Robert Salah. That defense is going to be, I guarantee, they're going to be top 7. They're going to be top 7.
Can they make the move the Patriots made? The Patriots needed a ton of help last year.
It's going
like, can they make that move?
But the quarterback.
Look what Drake May did. Look at the jump that Drake May didn't even start.
It's the quarterback,
the first half of the season. And then he came on this season, and he won the leading candidates to win MVP.
We say physically, Cam Ward is more talented than Drake May. I think he has a more wiry arm. I think he has just as strong as arm. I think he can make more off-platform throws.
Yeah, Drake May.
Drake May nice, bro.
And he is. But remember,
he can run. I don't ever see Cam Ward run, for real.
He don't want to run.
Yeah, like
I don't know if I don't think Cam Ward is more talented than Drake May.
Nah, I don't know about that. That might, Drake May.
Just straight physically.
Physically,
Drake's bigger arm, probably faster, just straight line speed.
And he runs tough. Don't he run tough?
Yeah.
Drake May, nice.
Yeah, I like him.
But the Tennessee Titans, with this staff, they got a chance.
Is there, because obviously there are. The better staffs in football right now. Chiefs, obviously. I can't say the Niners, even though I love Kyle Shanahan, but I like Gus Bradley and I like Robert Saleh defensively as much as I like Shanahan offensively. Chiefs got a better staff.
Damn, but hold on. The only thing is, man, the Niners got a Super Bowl winning defensive coach. Yeah.
Okay, bet. Niners got a better staff.
Not this staff. Not this staff.
Who's the Bills DC? Bills just hired a good DC, didn't they?
Wait, I don't know. Wait, I might take the Niners.
You taking this staff over Niners staff? So Chiefs got a better staff. Niners got a better staff.
Because they ain't really do much to me. I don't know what you're doing.
Because when you say the Niners, is Shanahan the head coach and OC, really?
Correct.
So
Shanahan and Morris.
Shanahan's nice, bro.
Shanahan and Morris.
Let's see.
Oh, I like Morris championship. Yeah, I'm going with them.
So Chiefs got a better staff. Niners got a better staff.
Niners.
It ain't a lot of. It ain't too many offensive.
Is the Eagles?
No, because who the hell is Sean Mannion? I don't know who they OC is.
He's not proven.
Not proven.
The Bills hired Jim Leonard. That's who they hired. Jim Leonard.
Unproven. I like Jim Leonard a lot.
The Vikings have a real good staff because Kevin O'Connell's the head coach.
And Brian Flores.
And OC and Brian Flores. Yes, they have a better staff.
They got a better staff.
Yes.
I mean, the Titan staff is a top 5 staff.
At worst,
football.
top 7. At worst.
Yeah. So, like, if you got a staff like this and a number 1 quarterback, you should be able to get to the playoffs. And the division, not that it's open, but it got cracks in it. Colts got cracks in it. Texans got cracks in it. Jags got cracks in it. So to me, like, go ahead.
I got a question though, man.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you might not like it.
Oh.
But none of these head coaches they weren't winning though.
Not as head coaches, hell no. They all had one good stint. Gus Bradley had one good stint with the Jags, I think. Brian Dable had one good stint.
Sackville, right?
I think Gus Bradley had. No, it was a year after.
No.
2017.
Oh, he didn't experience that?
He didn't even,
No.
Keep going. That was my point. But keep going.
I mean,
Dable, I love Dable. Dable's a great offensive coordinator.
He sure is.
Dabo's a great OC. Bradley's a great DC, and Salah's still calling the defense, they say.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, sometimes when you lose and all that.
But for Dable, if you think about it for Dable, he's basically the head coach of the offense. Mm-hmm. Robert Salah ain't going to be butting in.
And he don't want nothing to do with it.
So, only decision that Dable won't be making that he was used to making last year was, are we going for it on 4th down?
Correct.
Other than that, you basically are the head coach.
Correct.
Of the offense.
Yeah, that's true.
Salah's going to be okay, we punting, we going. Outside of that, your role remains the same that you pretty much had with the Giants. You up running the meeting in offense, and you determine who playing. I'm calling what I want. He's not going to butt in on that. It's going to boil down to Cam Ward. Can he get it done?
And it was announced today, Bill Belichick, the 8-time Super Bowl winning head coach, is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
How, Sway?
Fell short of the 40 out of 50 votes needed for induction to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. An absolutely asinine decision, no matter how you look at it. Adam Schefter put out this tweet and said he got a text from an NFL executive saying the 10 people that didn't vote for Bill Belichick should be exposed. And they absolutely should. Fellas, what's you guys' reaction to Bill Belichick not a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code Speakeasy today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Bill Belichick, not being a first ballot Hall of Famer is a complete indictment to the Hall of Fame voters. It's a complete indictment to the Hall of Fame. Expose the voters, please. When people can live in anonymity, they can live in stupidity. And the problem is there's a lot of stupidity between those voters, because how does the greatest, at least arguably the greatest coach in the history of the sport not get in first ballot? And here's when I knew that the voters have to be exposed, because Bill Polian, a former exec for the Colts, long-time exec, a Hall of Fame voter, he said that he doesn't even remember who he voted for. Pull up the tweet, please.
Yes.
He said he doesn't even remember. I'm going to read it, Care Bear. At the very bottom, he says Polian added that he could not remember with 100% certainty if he voted for Belichick, saying he was 95% sure he voted for a coach and player, most likely L.C. Greenwood. Here's my dilemma.
Acho.
Not as much. Hold on, T. Hold on, T.
Lying ass dude.
If you're so old and senile that you can't even remember who you voted for, take your pen away, take your pencil away, take your Scantron away, take your phone away, take your laptop away, take your iPad away, take any device by which you can cast a vote away, and remove your ability to vote, because that is horrendous.
Listen, number one, when you make that statement, Bill Polian, you're lying. And you know you're lying.
Okay.
You know you didn't vote for him. Yeah. You know you didn't vote for him.
Talk, T.
Don't lie.
Talk, T.
This is perfect because, one, Bill Belichick, and when I say this is perfect, it's because this whole process now needs to be overhauled. It needs to be overhauled. The whole voting process is guys that's in that probably shouldn't be in, and there's guys that aren't in that really should be in. If you didn't vote for Bill Belichick, you should be stripped of your voting rights. Everybody that didn't vote for Bill Belichick, you should be. He's earned this, man. He's earned this. Like, when you earn something, you should get rewarded for what you've accomplished. The same thing they did to T.O. Same thing they did to T.O.
Yep.
T.O. should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. He wasn't. Anybody that did not vote for Bill Belichick should be stripped. They should never be able to vote again.
That's an incredible
They should
take.
never be able to vote again, because they made this personal. Was it we on the baseball stuff, they felt like he cheated, so we're not voting him in.
Yep.
Are you not going to ever vote him in now?
Yep.
Because that's what's happened in baseball. The guys that cheated, they have yet to get voted in.
Yep.
So now you're going to do this with Bill? Or did you not vote him in because he was mean to you in press conferences, and you're holding the grudge that he was mean to you? He didn't give you the answer you wanted. I don't know Belichick. I've met him, said what's up. But for him and his family, bro, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Because he's earned this. When you think, you can't even tell the story of the National Football League without bringing up Bill Belichick. You can't tell the story of the National Football League without bringing up Bill Belichick.
Let me interject, because that is probably the greatest statement you can ever utter to try to decipher somebody's greatness. Can I tell the story of the game without mentioning you?
You can't.
And you can't. Because as soon as you get to the year 2000 and 2001, you got to start mentioning Belichick routinely. You know what I mean? You can't tell a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades without mentioning Bill Belichick. And then here's what really irks me, because as y'all know, I'm an MVP and an all-pro voter. You have to have publicity with who you vote for accountability. Like, these votes dictate legacy. These votes dictate greatness. These votes dictate money. Josh Allen made $1 million for being an MVP 2 years ago. These votes dictate so much that you can't have imbeciles just carelessly and casually casting their votes. There is too much at stake. And the only way there can be accountability is if there's publicity. If y'all do remember, I think it was, and shout out to her, she's doing phenomenally. And I hate to single her out like this. Y'all remember Maria Taylor maybe years ago?
Yes.
She was a voter for basketball. And I think it was either that she left Anthony Davis, who may have had like one of the best seasons, either left him off or had him third team. And like that caused her to realize, you know what? I'm doing too much. Like, I don't have the bandwidth to host this show, host that show, host this show, and watch the game intently enough to vote accurately for who should get these awards. Like, because of the authenticity and the transparency, that allowed everybody to hold accountability and say, hey, you know what? Hey, you might be doing too much. So I do think, and let me be honest, if I'm being honest as a voter, not for Hall of Fame, for other awards, let me be honest with you. Let me be honest with you. If you know it could be public, it makes you work harder. Last year, they didn't tell us they were going to release our votes for All Pro and MVP. All of a sudden, I wake up one day and everybody's like, yo, you did this, you did that. Thank God I can stand 10 toes down on it. But like this year, I knew, oh snap, it's going to be public. So I didn't just casually vote for random offensive linemen. What I did, T, is I said, hey, what y'all think? Hey, former NFL Hall of Fame offensive lineman, da, da, da. So you have to make it public, because also, how in the world, T, can Bill Belichick and all of his greatness, I don't care if you deflate date, I don't care about Spygate, I don't care about none of them gates. How, T, does Bill Belichick not get in first ballot?
And you said, from the 2000s. What about the New York Giants defenses
when he was a DC?
When he was a DC and he
Talk
won
about
two
it, T,
Super Bowls.
please.
He won two Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He made his name because of his defensive game plans, being a defensive coordinator for Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
That's where he made his name at. He was a guru then.
Absolutely.
And so, to me, you look at the ballot, you just go down the list. As soon as you see Bill Belichick, you got to put a star, you got to put a check, you got to put something. He getting in. I don't care who else. He getting in. When you look at the ballot this year, Drew Brees is getting in. Larry Fitzgerald getting in. Those three. Everybody else, we'll see.
Yeah.
Those three got to get in.
Yeah. And here's the thing. And T said, what you say? If you didn't vote for Belichick, your Hall of Fame card should be.
You should lose the privilege to vote.
Yes. Okay, let me add to that. The way in which voting is orchestrated has to be completely overturned if Bill Belichick doesn't get in.
Man.
Because for those of y'all that don't know, there's a lot of details here. The way it works out isn't just like you vote for Belichick, you don't vote for Belichick. You can vote for like 3 individuals, something along those lines. And out of the normal Hall of Fame ballots, there's like these senior players. And then there's also the coaches. So based on a tweet that I saw, T, is like, there were 5, there's like Belichick, Kraft, and then some old school players. I think that the dilemma is people were voting for some of those old school players because they're like, well, if Belichick don't get in this year, he'll get in again next year.
No.
No.
Like, he's earned this, man.
Yeah.
It's like I go to school and I get a 97 on the test and you give me a B. I got a 97. I got an A. I got an A on this and you giving me a B? Like, he's earned it. Like, I don't care about, like, Bill Polian, he the same guy that said Lamar Jackson should play receiver.
Said it.
Yep.
He the same guy.
And
I
that dude's in
don't
charge
remember
of it.
who I voted for. Yeah, you do. You just don't want to say it now because it's about to come public. Oh, I didn't recall not voting for him. You know you didn't vote for him. And I'm just tired of, like, all these older guys that have been in the league for decades and decades and decades. You just let them get away with things that they say things. Oh, they're older. They can get away with it. They do things. Oh, they're older. They can get away with it. Man, strip their votes, man. All them dudes that didn't vote for Bill Belichick, they should never be able to vote again. Very simple. Yeah. Very simple. Give it to some young dudes that's going to take it serious, that's going to really respect the work that players and coaches have put in and earn this.
Yep.
I absolutely agree. I mean, we look at what Bill Belichick has statistically. 6 Super Bowls, first of all coaches in NFL history. 9 conference championships, first of all coaches in NFL history. 31 playoff wins, more than any coach in NFL history. He's 3rd in regular season wins and 2nd in total wins over his career. And that's not including the 2 Super Bowls that he had as a defensive coordinator with the Giants. It's absolutely unbelievable that he is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Also, Ari Myrov put out this, he said, from the ESPN report, it looks as if Bill Polian was a focal figure in the Hall of Fame deliberations involving Bill Belichick, with Spygate and Deflategate coming up amongst voters during discussions. Per a voter who spoke anonymously, of course, Polian, the former Bills and Colts GM and longtime Patriots rival, told some voters he believed Bill Belichick should wait a year as penance for Spygate. What's you guys' response
Take
to
his
this?
vote away. That's what they need to do. Take his vote away. That's what they need to do. If they got any type of guts, they'll take his vote away. Because he was a competitor to Bill Belichick when he was with the Colts. So he probably feels a certain type of way. Bill Polian should not be allowed to vote anymore.
Yeah.
Period. Like, you want to make a point? My point is you don't vote anymore.
T, my dad has his PhD in psychology. And what my dad has told me before, T, is that you got to take a test every now and then. Y'all good, T? You got to take a test every now and then to make sure you can continue to practice. Like, they have to make sure that you are still sharp enough to be able to practice. Bill Polian is no longer qualified to speak on the game of football.
He's 83 years old.
He has lost his ability to speak on the game of football. T said it and he glossed over it. Y'all have to remember. He said Lamar Jackson, a Heisman-winning quarterback, Heisman, again, runner-up quarterback.
Multiple MVP
Lamar Jackson. But even before the MVPs, T, he said that Lamar coming out of college should play wide receiver.
Yeah, he did.
Look it up. When we're done with this show, look it up. Heisman winner in college. Could throw the ball, could run the ball. Said move him to wide out. We thought that was the most egregious thing that Bill Polian might ever do. If this is true or has any truth to it, but where there's smoke, there's fire, come on, coach. Like, he's no longer qualified to speak. Shout out to him for being a great executive 25 years ago, but I believe he's a little too decrepit now.
Absolutely. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I completely forgot about the Lamar Jackson thing that you guys brought up. To have takes like this and to have guys this old that are making these types of decisions, it's bad. And it's also reminiscent of what the Hall of Fame situation is in other sports. The only sports Hall of Fame, which I believe is actually somewhat fair, it's because it's a young Hall of Fame, is the NBA Hall of Fame. But pro baseball, you have players that are all-time greats that kind of get held out for other things. Now, posthumously, we want to add Pete Rose to the Hall of Fame in baseball, when in reality, he was the greatest hitter of all time. Yes, he had his off-the-field troubles, and I completely understand that. But there's so much emotion that goes into these decisions that just should not be a factor whenever we're talking about how great these players are.
And here's what the thing
coaches.
about football and winning is, at the end of the day, the awards are objective. He won those Super Bowls. You feel me, T? Like, he objectively won those. That cannot be debated.
Dude, Bill Belichick was putting out game plans that had other coaches like, man, I got to study this. He taught Tom Brady and let me just say this. I'm not a Bill Belichick fan like that.
Yeah.
But he's earned this because Tom had to go out there and play. I firmly believe he wouldn't be Bill Belichick without Tom Brady, but Tom Brady wouldn't be Tom Brady without Bill Belichick because he taught him so much football, and Tom was smart enough to understand it and get out there and go get it done.
Yep.
And so just the fact that you get a quarterback that was drafted extremely late, you teach him defensive football, he starts to grasp what you're explaining to him. He gets it. He masters it. And y'all going to win multiple Super Bowls, and the guy that taught you this isn't in the Hall of Fame. And one more thing, Bill Polian, he ain't decrepit. Nah, he not. When you can sit up here and say, I don't remember, he know exactly what he doing, bro. He got his wits about him. He older, but he ain't decrepit. He has his wits about him. He just a hater.
Dang.
Look, I'll ask y'all this, though, too. To play devil's advocate here.
Play it.
He did get caught multiple times during his coaching career for, maybe bending the rules or taking the rules to the furthest extent, if you will. Sometimes just straight up breaking them, like Spygate, ridiculous. But do you guys think in any way he should be punished for those types of things?
If Belichick only had one chip, and the one chip was the Spygate year, Bet. If Belichick only had 2 chips, and the 2 chips were Spygate year and Deflategate year, bet.
Hey, can I say something
Please
real quick?
do,
I'm sorry.
T.
I was
Please.
thinking about this. You know what they need to do?
What's that?
Real talk. This is what they need to do. Real talk. Straight up. F what the voters did. He going in anyway. That's what they need to do. They need to do this. I don't care what y'all voted. Bill Belichick is going in. He's going into the Hall of Fame this year. Executive decision. So whoever, they got to make an executive decision. He got to go in. He don't go in on the first ballot. The Hall of Fame loses everything that anybody thought it was. Prime been already saying this. Y'all putting these dudes in that don't belong with me. If he don't, man, listen, put him in. Y'all voters, y'all to mess this up. I'm gonna make an executive. He going in. That's what they need to do.
Losing recipes.
The hard part about that, T, though I love the take, you would now create chaos.
I don't know about that because
T.O. should have gone in first ballot. You can't make that executive decision.
He should have. He should have. But there's people that didn't like T.O. They're saying because he cheated, ain't nobody. Okay, he's going in. That's what I would do. That's what I'm doing. Bill Belichick, you going in first ballot.
Yeah.
It's only right. History, when it's all said and done, how are they saying he one of the best coaches and he wasn't the first ballot Hall of Famer? Because when you're no longer here, all you can go off on is history. History needs to show exactly what he's accomplished. He's the greatest coach we've ever seen. Let that be it. Because if not, in 30, 40 years from now, you're going to have the young kids looking and saying, oh, he wasn't that good of a coach. He wasn't even the first, but how could he? That's what happens.
Yeah, no, the sports world reacted to it as well. Patrick Mahomes saying insane. Don't even understand how this could be possible. J.J. Watt chimed in. He said, I can't be reading this right. This has to be some knockoff Hall of Fame or something. It can't be the actual NFL Hall of Fame. There's not a single world whatsoever in which Bill Belichick should not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. LeBron James also chimed in, said, man, there's no way I read that right? Ain't no way Bill Belichick ain't a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's impossible, egregious, and quite frankly, disrespectful. Man, I'm at a loss for words.
Hey, he probably did cheat. So, everybody else was cheating. They just wasn't cheating as good.
Yeah.
They all was
Very
cheating.
true.
He just cheated the best.
Very true. Very true.
What's the chat talking about, G? I know y'all polarized in the chat. What y'all got to say?
They said, so I got a super chat from QRich1178 said, that means Tom Brady will not be a first ballot Hall of Famer. That would be wild. And if you get caught cheating, usually that means you won't ever get in.
I bet
they do that in baseball. Love the show.
bet everything Tom Brady's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
No question.
Too important of
I
an
bet
NFL
everything.
product.
They won't care
Too
about the
important of an
Spygate. They
NFL
won't care
product.
about the Deflategate. Tom Brady will be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's facts. That's facts.
This is a Bill Belichick thing. Because they don't like Bill Belichick.
That's going to be very interesting.
What's that?
Because Belichick and Brady, they Siamese twins. They joined at the hip. They joined at the hip. So I can't wait to see what happens.
You know, the only nuance here, and I don't want to add nuance because I'm emotional, but I have to. The only nuance is, y'all remember, this year I believe they changed the rule from coaches having to wait 5 years to coaches only waiting 1. I think Belichick would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer had it been the whole 5-year waiting period. I think a lot of people, truth be told, from what I've read here, like, well, Belichick, you gonna get in next time. These older players, the 78-year-old players who people are gonna forget about, they're not gonna get in. So let me make them first and make Belichick third, not realizing too many first place votes for other people and third place votes for Belichick is how Belichick gets left off.
I would
just
agree
don't-
with that, but that's not what happened.
I don't think you can do
We
that
know
with
that's
Bill.
not what
You can do that with just Joe Blow. You can't do that with Bill Belichick. You can't do that with Bill Belichick. When you just say Belichick, everybody in the world know who that is when you say that one Belichick.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who you're talking about.
That's facts.
Let me push back a little bit though, because to TJ's point about history, right? And so, as egregious of an act that this is, right? When my daughter grows up and looks back at Bill Belichick and pulls up Football Reference and sees Hall of Fame, she's not gonna care, I don't think, that he wasn't a first ballot. She's gonna see he was a Hall of Fame coach. He was a good coach. How important is it actually to be a first ballot Hall of Famer outside of the fact that he just should have been?
It's everything though.
But it's everything from the player let me give you from the voter perspective.
Okay.
Because that's where I'm uniquely. From a voter perspective, it's everything because it undermines the award if the award isn't actually credibly, disseminated.
Yep.
It undermines it. Like, if the award is incredibly delivered, then it undermines the award. Now, from a player perspective, like T said, and it really hit me when T said it, because you could hear T's heart when he said it, he earned it. Yeah. Like, when I've earned something, now, like, I've earned that.
Yep.
Give me that because I earned it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not as though, like, it ain't no freebies. It ain't the Pro Bowl right now where everybody just getting Pro Bowls. I earned this.
Yeah.
You know how many? You know how hard it is to win one Super Bowl?
Can you explain to the
all of
people?
them?
Can you explain to the people and us? How do they determine who's an All-Pro voter and Hall of Fame voter? How do they determine?
Good question. So for all pro voters, there's 50 of us, right? And the Associated Press decides. Really, the head of the Associated Press, as it pertains to sports, they reach out to the 50. Every now and then, one will drop out and say, "Hey, no, I no longer want to be one of the 50," and they'll replace you. They won't replace you unless something happens or you withdraw. So after one dropped out, I just got reached out to, randomly, "Hey, Emmanuel, see what you do, see how you watch the tape, see all these things. Would you be willing to be a voter?" The problem is so many people, truth be told, just aren't qualified to be voters. You can say what you want about my opinions, but what you can't say is that I don't do the work and I don't watch the tape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might disagree with my deduction from the tape, but what you can never say about Emmanuel Acho is he don't watch the tape or do the work. But T, look at who votes for these things. A lot of them don't do the work. I am not convinced that everybody who votes, especially even for All Pro, could break down a cover 1, a cover 2, a cover 3, a cover 4, a cover 6, and a 0.
Yeah.
Like, truly, if I said, like, draw out cover 1
I
versus
just
11
want them
personnel.
to tell me the responsibility of one of the guys in a said defense. Just give me this guy's responsibility in this.
So if you can't do that, then when you're watching something on tape, how do you know who's good and who's bad?
Yeah.
So then you just got to go look at stats blindly. But stats don't tell the whole story. Like, if you don't know the responsibility of an individual in cover 4, you don't know who got beat.
Yeah.
So now you're looking at an individual and you're saying, yeah, but he had 8 interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was getting burnt and
be like,
cost this, that, and the
Do
third.
they
that'd
do
be
the
like
same
me-
way for the Hall of Fame as
Hall
well?
of Fame, I'm not entirely sure because I know there's only like maybe 10 or so voters for the Hall.
Yeah, well, I'll say this. Well,
25.
twofold, right? One, guy like me, like I watch a lot of football. I'm a huge fan of the sport. I should never be an All-Pro voter. Like you said, TJ, I don't know. I didn't know that safety's first responsibility in cover 4 is outside run support. Like that's something I learned through this. Through like years and years and years of that, like I think those should be the people voting for all of these awards. But to answer Trey's question a little bit earlier, the way I view it is there's echelons of greatness, right? So you have the athletes that make it to the NFL, right? You have the cup of coffee guys. You have the guys that make active rosters. You have the guys that start for a whole season. Then you have, and that next level, the guys that are impact players. Then you have, this guy's a Pro Bowl, All-Pro, maybe All-Pro level player. Then you have, hey, this dude's a Super Bowl champion, all of these other things, All-Pro player, star of his team, jersey retire type level, right? Then you have, this guy's a Hall of Famer. And in that echelon of, hey, this guy's getting his jersey retired, this guy's getting his, this guy's a perennial All-Pro, a superstar of his team, the echelon above that is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
It's rare air. You are by far and away one of the greatest players to ever step foot on a football field. You're one of the greatest coaches to ever put on a headset. And it's like, to have that, he is one of, and this is the craziest thing, Bill Belichick is the most qualified in sports history to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, to be in the most elite echelon air that anyone has ever had before. And the craziest thing is, I don't care what you have to say. The man dominated 2 decades of the National Football League. And I hate Bill Belichick was nothing without Brady.
Hey.
What was Phil Jackson winning without Jordan
so
or Kobe?
What? He had Brady long enough.
It doesn't
to
matter.
establish himself as the greatest.
Exactly. It does not
what?
matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter whatsoever. He is by far and away, when we look at accolades, the greatest coach of all time. He is in the rarest air that a coach in professional sports could be in. And for him not to be in a collective group with the rest of those guys is crazy.
And you know what runs me hot? Let's be honest. Sean McVay will be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
He will.
Yeah.
Sean McVay's going to be
Andy Reid.
He's going to be a first ballot
Andy
Hall of
Reid,
Famer.
yeah, first ballot Hall of Famer.
And now they were and Belichick wasn't. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like that, like Sean McVay will be beyond the shadow of a doubt just because of people's wild obsession with the boy genius. And maybe he's deserving. I mean, he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He wins another ring or two. Right.
Belichick wasn't.
Sean Payton.
Yeah, Belichick wasn't.
What's going to happen with Sean Payton?
If Belichick wasn't, you can't make. I don't want to see nobody else a first ballot outside. I want to see Andy Reid as one. Everybody else can go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, man, they need to just go ahead and overhaul this thing, man.
Yeah.
Take all your voting away. Sorry, you guys messed up. Nope. Can't do that anymore. Like you treat your kids. Sorry, you messed up. I can't trust you anymore. Yeah.
The Niners finally got their defensive coordinator. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Shout out to the Black History Month hire, Raheem Morris.
Oh!
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're a black man with good teeth. That's my boy. That's my guy. Bang! Yeah, come on now.
Y'all crazy.
I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code Speakeasy today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Adam Schefter reports, the Niners are set to hire former Falcons head coach Raheem Morris as their new defensive coordinator. Morris is expected to replace Robert Saleh. Obviously, Saleh moving on to the Titans. Let me start this one off. I love this hire, fellas, because when the Niners have a great defense, they have a great team. When the Niners have a good defense, they have a mediocre team. And the fact of the matter is, Raheem Morris is a Super Bowl champion defensive coordinator. Y'all remember Los Angeles Rams when they won their Super Bowl 2021? Raheem Morris was at the helm of that team. So I love Raheem Morris as a defensive coordinator. Also keeping in mind, Raheem Morris is a player's coach. Yeah. If you talk to Fred Warner, whom I've talked to, if you talk to Diamalor Nador, whom I've talked to, they are guys that are motivated by their coaches. It's not even as much about the X's and O's as it is about, like, look me in my eye, get me ready to run through a wall, and let me go do that. This Niners defense, more than any other defense, and I study this Niners defense well, 2-5, they play off energy. When you talk about defense, yes, we get to X's and O's, but the first thing we say is energy, effort, then execution. Execution is the third, because if you play without energy and effort, execution is irrelevant, with all due respect. So that is why I'm extremely excited about the Raheem Morris hire. Now, got to do my job. Raheem Morris has never coordinated a defense that's been top 15. Ever. Including that Super Bowl defense. Brandon Staley handed Raheem Morris the keys to a number one defense in points and a number one defense in yards, T. They were 15th the year they won the Super Bowl. Then they were 17th. Then they were 21st. He gets the head coaching job with the Falcons. They're 19th. They're 21st. So respectfully, though I love the hire because I love the energy, I love the excellence, I love all of these things, Raheem Morris statistically has never had his players excel at a top 15 level. I didn't say top 10 and I did not say top 5. I just said top 15. If y'all know the Niners like Shady does, like TJ does, like I do, Frank Gore's been on the show, the Niners have had top 5 defenses, top 3 defenses, Steve Wilkes, top 10 defenses, Robert Saleh, number 1 defenses, D'Amico Ryans, 2-5 Cook.
Yeah, I hear all that. But they held on defenses, and guess what they won? They won nothing. Nothing.
Yep.
So why I don't care about all that top 10, 15. That's stuff for stats, man. That's for people outside can brag about. Oh, we had a top 10. That don't matter. You know what he did win? He won a chip. And my thing is, if you watch that team, they were loaded with talent, right? He was loaded with talent, offense and defense. But when they came tight and they got to make a play, they made a play on defense. I got to rock with him. And another thing is, Kyle Shanahan is not a bad coach, right? I don't see him making bad decisions with his coaches. Robert Saleh left. That's hard to replace.
Yeah.
Robert's like that.
Yeah.
So I think the replacement of Morris, I think he's going to do good.
I like the hire, and I'm biased. I talked quite a bit with Raheem last summer, kind of leading up to training camp, just talking to him.
Good dude,
just
bro.
football.
Great guy, man.
Good dude.
I'm biased. Like, Raheem been around football a long time, man.
Yes.
I remember when I was a free agent, when I was playing, and he was in Tampa. I met with him. Wow. Like, that long.
Yeah.
But just talking to him this past summer and just talking football with him, this
Shanahan really respects Sean McVay.
Yeah.
Because that's how I see it. I look at it as if he was good enough to coordinate Sean McVay's defense, why the hell he ain't good enough to coordinate mine?
But let me see. Here's my
that's
thing.
how I see
I like that.
Let me push back with some insight. Shady was on the show with me when Steve Wilkes called me. Steve Wilkes called me 2 years ago. He was a Niners defensive coordinator. You know me. I went on the show, former show we were on, shall remain nameless, and I'm like, Steve Wilkes gotta get fired, blah, 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 blah. Steve Wilkes hit my line. Grrr. He says, Acho, I can't talk right here. I don't know if this facility bugged. I don't know what's going on. He said, let's go to let me move to a different location. I say, what's up, coach? I won't say all of the private details, but his point was Shanahan likes his defense a certain way. Not that Shanahan wants a puppet, but Shanahan likes his defense a certain way that Wilkes does not like to play defense. Wilkes likes to blitz. Shanahan likes DCs that just sit back, play coverage. That's why the Niners were like last in sacks this year. I think they had 16 sacks through the first 16 weeks of the season. I am partially afraid that this was a homeboy hire.
But you can do that,
I'm partially
Acho.
afraid that this was that.
You can sit back when you got a Joey Bosa coming off the
Nick
edge.
Bosa, yep.
You don't have to. Yeah, I said Joey. When you have a Bosa, Nick Bosa coming off the edge, you don't have to blitz. That's why they didn't have a ton of sacks this year because Nick got hurt. And so he hired Raheem Morris because he's going to play that cover 4 type of defense.
Yep.
Too high safety back, and that's what he was going to do.
But here, how can y'all look past this? Because I know
Me
Shady
personally,
can.
though, I would have hired
Jim Schwartz? No question.
No question.
Here's my point of tension is like, as a Niners fan, I'm a Raheem Morris fan. Check. Good money. We went to Rams practice maybe 2 or 3 years ago, Shady. Like, good money. But how can you look past the fact that you've never coordinated as a DC
But he won a
or
Super
a
Bowl.
HC?
But he won a Super Bowl.
Great. Let me rebut.
That's my thing, though.
3 first ballot Hall of Famers. Maybe 3 players that are all the best or second best of the generation at their position. Aaron Donald,
Yeah.
Von Miller,
Jalen
Ramsey.
Yeah.
Those players are not on the Niners. Fred Warner is, he a dog. Probably the best, second best at the position of this generation. Nick Bosa, if he can stay healthy, he's a dog. Not Von Miller or Aaron Donald. So, like, he did win a Super Bowl, beyond the shadow of a doubt. Also, shout out to Matthew Stafford, shout out to Sean McVay. But even when they won that Super Bowl, do you not have any concern with, like, he's a DC and his Falcons defense was getting bludgeoned, and they have pieces.
Yo,
a lot of them.
The thing I don't get, though, is you give him credit on one end, but then you kind of, like, discredit him on the other end. So you got great players and you win with them. So what? There's a lot of teams that got great players that don't win. I was one of them. I remember we had the dream team and all that. We had all types of superstars. Everybody's Pro Bowl, all pros. I'm like, we got to win this year. And we stunk. Nah, I was good. But we stunk.
It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. But my thing is, like, yo, in football, this is the thing about football. You got to go out there and do these things. You could talk about the schedules of opponents or the players you have in your locker room to make it easy for. Nothing's really easy, right? You got to go on the field and coach. Go on the field and players to play. He's done that. And my thing is, I think Kyle's like, damn, if he could win a championship, which I was in the same division with him, so that means I seen the defense he was running. That's one thing. When you're a coach and you get a guy from your division, that means, yo, I respect him so much because I've seen it all the time. I remember when what was his name? Sean McDermott was with the Bills, and I got there, right? And he's putting the team together, the players and the coaches, and I won't say the coach name, right? But one of the coaches got fired. And I say, Coach, because you know him. Coach, what we doing now? Yeah. What we doing now? Because I need to know, because it's going to affect me. He said, I'm going to bring a guy on the offense who a guy I respect that I would play against twice a year. I know how good he was. It was hard to stop. So in some people's eyes, oh, that might not be a great hire. But to the coach, like, yo, I've seen this defense over and over, and I went against
Shanahan respects.
So Shanahan respects what he's seen going at him twice a year with the Rams. And that's why you bring him here, and he's won a championship. Yo, that matters.
I love what Shady's saying. I don't believe it, but I love it. Here's why I don't believe it.
Do you think Shanahan, because you just explained the Steve Wilkes situation,
correct?
Right? Do you think Shanahan would risk it? Because the Niners, they in a I got to shit or get off the pot moment eventually.
Here's what I really think. I think Shanahan is trigger shy. After Robert Saleh leaves, Shanahan can promote DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans was linebacker coach. It goes great. Problem. After DeMeco leaves, Shanahan goes and gets Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes and DeMeco, next thing you know, now they beefing. So now after he swings and misses with Steve Wilkes, then his next decision was, okay, I gotta go promote from within. So then he messes around and he promotes Nick Sorensen. Terrible.
Yeah, that was bad.
Terrible. Sorensen was his homeboy. Terrible. I think real talk, T, I think Shanahan is just trigger shy. I think Shanahan's like, let me make a safe hire. Nobody's going to be mad at Raheem Morris. He's done it before, and he's coordinated at a Super Bowl. He's coordinated a Super Bowl defense. So I can't even sit here and act like this was a statistically great hire, but I can say I think it was like a safe hire because Wilkes didn't work out personally, and Sorensen didn't work out professionally. So let me get somebody who I know can work out professionally and personally.
Okay, so let's just look at
a winner.
Look at the coaching landscape.
Yep.
Salah left, last week he got the Titans job?
Yes, sir.
You know, you don't want to say that Raheem Morris was just like my last option. Where else does he turn?
Yeah.
I've coached against this guy twice a year in the same division. McVay hired him.
Yep.
McVay let him run his defense. And you look at McVay coaching tree, it's like, damn, if you coach with Sean McVay, you getting a head coaching job. Yep. You got guys that don't. Dude, Zach Taylor was like the assistant wide receiver coach with the Rams. And
The assistant?
The assistant.
Wow.
He wasn't even the head receiver coach. He was the assistant wide receiver coach with the Rams. And then he got promoted. Then he was the head coach of the Bengals.
That's the Andy Reid. That's the Andy Reid tree,
and so, if you look at Shanahan, where else does he go? Okay, I said Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz is aggressive.
I like him.
He gonna play man to man. He gonna blitz. Oh, Shanahan don't like that. So that's why that probably got X'd out. He wants a guy that's gonna play too high, cover 4, make him earn it. Because the rule of thumb in the NFL, all coaches believe if they got to go 12, 15 plays, somebody gonna make a mistake.
Holding penalty,
Somebody's
false
gonna make
start,
a
all of it.
mistake.
Right,
We're
right.
gonna get a
That's
holding.
Yep.
We're gonna get a false start.
Yep.
We're gonna get a
Yeah, that's
turnover.
a good one. But I was thinking this though, like we arguing about a Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator that finished the Super Bowl on defense. That don't matter at all.
Shady, you got to use context, OG.
God, what's
Aaron
the-
Donald, your homeboy. You
Yo,
know Aaron Donald
but
better
yo,
than
but
anybody
dog,
maybe in
but
the
dog,
world
Acho.
on TV.
But what about
That's AD.
what
That
about
boy's
get
special.
Yeah, no, he's the best player of all time. But also, they get paid too in the offense. So my
True.
thing is, what about the coordinator putting him in position to win? Now, I don't get into Aaron Donald's conversation. That's one of my best friends. I ain't gonna do all that with you. But I will say he respects him because Aaron, like, he puts me in positions to win. And then you always talk about defense. What about the offense? They did have Jamar Chase.
Check.
He ain't easy to guard. So I gotta find some type of game plan to stop him.
And when you like
Get that man his
and
respect,
you
man.
know what's kind of underrated though, from being in the locker room. When you like your coach,
That's right. That's
that
true.
shit matters,
Yup,
man.
yup.
And everybody on that Niners defense is gonna like
That's a
Raheem
great
Morris.
point.
When you
Let me-
like your coach,
like
that matters.
Coach, you know what? Listen, Coach. I don't like the game plan. I'm gonna do it for you though.
When you
know
like
what I
your
mean?
coach,
I ain't
that-
getting the ball.
that matters.
I love you so much. I'm
Let
cool
me
with that,
ask y'all
Coach.
this.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
ask
true,
y'all
that's
this
true.
before we get to the super chats. Let me ask y'all this. Rome, take this full because I want to get Shady. I want to get their opinion. I want to get y'all watching the show, y'all's opinion on this. This was the Super Bowl defense that Raheem Morris coordinated with Aaron Donald, Von Miller. He got traded during the season. Remember,
lot of wins.
Jalen Ramsey. Points for 15th. Look at the highlighted category. Yards 17th. Turnovers 10th. Passing defense. I don't care about attempts, but they ranked 22nd in yards. Now here's where they did well. 2nd in touchdowns, 3rd in interceptions. Let's go to rushing. 6th in yards, 23rd in touchdowns allowed. How do y'all feel when y'all look? Because at the end of the day, statistics don't tell the whole story.
They
Obviously,
don't.
we talk about this all
I
the time.
hate stats. I hate 'em.
But you can look at the whole body of work of a season statistics and say, you had Jalen, you had Vaughn for half the season, you had Donald, and like this the defense. And mind you, let me show you all the defense he inherited. Stay there, because I know how to navigate this. This was the 2020 Rams. Before they won the Super Bowl, Brandon Staley's coordinating this defense. 1st in points, 1st in yards, 1st in first downs given up. Passing, look at the cursor. 1st in yards, 1st in touchdowns. Rushing, 3rd in yards, 4th in touchdowns. So this is a defense Raheem Morris inherited.
Can't argue that.
And then he inherits this
but like-
defense, and then the next year they drops exponentially.
So this was in.
This was the 2020 Rams. Didn't win a Super Bowl. I think y'all beat them to win a Super Bowl. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So y'all beat them. Y'all go on to win a Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
No, wait,
then the
wait,
next
wait.
year, y'all didn't play them. Then the next year, so this Rams team had Kevin O'Connell as the OC, Brandon Staley as the DC. They They lose to the Packers. Y'all beat the Packers. Y'all win the
That's what
Super
I'm
Bowl.
saying. So like all these,
Y'all can kill it.
But all these stats we want to show, I mean, like, cool. I'm happy for the stats, cool. But they lost.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you're gonna show me stats where defense is so great, but they didn't win anything.
Yeah.
They didn't even get far in the playoffs. And on the other side of the fence, you do well in the playoffs and you win a championship. I don't know. I mean, y'all which I want to argue.
But when you
I
look
want the
at
winner,
it,
man.
when you look at it, it's a comfort level, and in reality, who else you hiring?
That part.
Who else you hiring?
That part.
Everything has been filled. Who else you gonna hire? Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner. We need you coming back. How you word this? We gonna be fine. If them two dudes come back healthy and play how they've been playing,
They're going to be all right.
Raheem Morris, they gonna make Raheem Morris look better. Diamador Lenore, he gonna be better.
Yeah.
He one of the best corners in the league. Nobody talks about.
he is.
He gonna be better.
We're talking about Jared Stidham.
Let's talk about your favorite topic, Acho.
Oh,
Look at the smile. Look at the smile on his face right now, man. Look at the smile on that face.
Nasty
Ladies
work.
and gentlemen, today it was announced that the Atlanta Falcons, one of the best job openings in all of the NFL right now, was filled today by head coach Kevin Stefanski. He is now the Atlanta Falcons head coach. He now has more weapons than he did in Cleveland. Did the Falcons get the head coach hire right, Acho?
Couldn't have been more right. It couldn't have been more right. I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code Speakeasy today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Here's why. Let me lose the facetiousness and be honest. I do not want to entrust Bijan Robinson, Michael Penix coming off an injury in the year in which I need to figure out if I'm picking up his fifth-year option, Drake London and Kyle Pitts if I decide to franchise tag him. I don't want to entrust them to a first-time head coach. I just don't. Bijan Robinson's going to sit in his prime for the next 3 to 4 years. I'm not going to give a first-time head coach 3 of those years. Michael Penix is coming off a year in which we need to make a decision about him. I don't want to entrust that to a first-time head coach. Drake London is already here and here and here. I don't want to entrust that to a first-time head coach. I want to entrust this incredibly young but incredibly talented offense to a guy who's been through the fire, both good and bad. With all due respect, Stefanski's had some bad of which he should learn from, and Stefanski's had some good that taught him. So the Atlanta Falcons made, in my mind, the best decision because what are you going to do? Promote Zach Robinson? You're going to go get Kubiak, who's never been a head coach before? You're going to go get the Texans offensive coordinator? You're going to go get Mike McDaniel? Like, I don't want to entrust Bijan, who might be the most talented player in football in the last 5 or so years, to a first-time guy. And here's also what we know. Kevin Stefanski, at his heights, has done really good things. You don't have to call him great things, but at a minimum, he's done really good things. Kevin Stefanski got really good out of Baker Mayfield. He got really good out of Nick Chubb. He was getting really good out of Quinshon Judkins. He got really good out of Harold Fannin. So he knows how to make tight ends eat, David Njoku. He knows how to allow running backs to eat. He knows how to call up those systems. So I want to entrust my young offense with Stefanski. Here's the other thing. Go get a good DC. Can I bring Jim Schwartz with me? Because Jalen Pierce, help me with his name, Kieran. He's a dog. 10.5 sacks.
Oh, yeah. What's it called? James Pierce.
James Pierce. He a dog. Xavier Watts. He's a dog.
Yeah.
They have another linebacker they drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
Jalen Walker. He's a dog. See if I can go get Jim Schwartz. So as I look at it right now, I like Kevin Stefanski as much as, if not more than, I like Kellen Moore. I like him as much as, if not more than, I like what Todd Bowles has done. I like him as much as, if not more than, I like Canales. Like, you put him there. Kevin Stefanski, I think, has as many playoff appearances as any of those coaches. Head coaches are all young.
Yeah.
Todd Bowles, I think he has maybe 3 playoff appearances. So, hell yeah, I think Kevin Stefanski walks into that division, and I would probably say he's the best head coach right now.
Shady, any thoughts?
Wait,
Yes,
that like that? Too bad, terrible. So you won 7 games in 2 years. You just that good that fast.
The coaches aren't good.
Chat saying you about to buy a Stefanski Atlanta Falcons jersey.
Yo, that's funny though.
He's gonna be wearing that one like a victor.
I don't know if this is a great hire though. I mean, I feel like this hire was lazy. Yeah.
Really? They interviewed him twice. They made whole cycles.
No. Lazy as in like, did you holler at Harbaugh?
Oh, got you.
Way more successful, better coach, like way better coach, like way better coach. Brian Daboll, right? Because I'm thinking, okay, a coach that, because if you hire Stefanski, you hiring a guy that at one point was good, was a coach of the year, right? I mean, I just thought it was lazy. So many other coaches you went out there you could have hired and talked to, you didn't do it. And I'm thinking like, what you love so much about Kevin Stefanski though? He show you he can't really control the locker room. Right? He shows you that he's not really a winner recently. I don't know, but we'll see though. I don't think he's a terrible coach though. I think he's smart. I watched some of his. Well, see, I don't know. He used to be. Because now when I watch this tape and I watch some of the concepts, I'm like, what are they trying to run here? What are they trying to do? So we'll see how that works out. I guess the one thing I will say is hire a guy like Stefanski. If you're not expecting much, you'll be in a good shape because that division is real bad. So you're going against the Saints who just don't ever win. You're going against the Bucks who only win in that division, really. Yeah. So you don't really have nobody to really, to go against.
I think it was the best job opening. And also the last time we saw Kevin Stefanski with a running back of or similar to Bijan's caliber, Nick Chubb had a 1,500-yard season and 12 touchdowns. And they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm not here to say that I think they should be a playoff team next year. I think regardless of head coach,
they should. Why that matter about the
running
backs though?
No, I'm saying
because Bijan he gonna get
he gonna do his thing regardless.
Anyway,
exactly.
But hopefully Stefanski gives it to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm more so saying I trust him to give his running back the ball. And also the best we've seen Stefanski offenses look are when they have an elite running back there. When Nick Chubb was a top 3, top 4, top 5 running back in the NFL, that's when Stefanski's offenses were making it to the playoffs and they were actually performing well enough and whatnot.
Yeah.
If they do go get a Schwartz, I like it a whole lot more, and we get to see how good of a coach he really is. I do think it's a risk, though. I think people think it's not a risk because of the.
You think Stefanski's a risk?
I think he is. Oh. I think people think he's not a risk because of he won 2 coaches of the year in Cleveland and this and that, and the roster was bad and whatnot. What happens when he gets out there and maybe that offense is just as stale as it's looked the past couple of years?
But here's why I believe that to be impossible. And here's the other thing we don't talk enough about.
Impossible is crazy.
Stefanski can put together one hell of a staff because we don't give enough credit to that running back coach, Deuce Staley. So hopefully he can find a way to bring Deuce over there too. Hey Deuce, come coach Bijan. And let me give you as much bread as you need. Yeah. Come coach the best running back in football because Deuce Staley know how to coach them running backs. Jim Schwartz knows how to dial up a defense. The reason I say it's impossible, remember who the Browns were alleged to get at quarterback this season? Oh wait, Kirk Cousins. Who's in Atlanta? Oh, wait, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
What kind of quarterback does Kevin Stefanski want?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Kirk Cousins. So even if Michael Penix doesn't play, Kevin Stefanski, the reason I think he's a safe bet, and this was a thought-out bet, was because the risky bet is to go get Mike McDaniel, somebody who at least hadn't actually won anything. You know what I mean? I don't even know if McDaniel's won a playoff game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He ain't even won nothing.
Yeah.
A less risky bet would be a Brian Daboll. The only dilemma I think with Brian Daboll is he's not as seasoned in the sense of he hasn't had as many highs or lows. Stefanski, for whatever it's worth, he's been through the ringer. The Shador situation included. Stefanski knows how to be under the spotlight. Now, not that Atlanta's going to put you under the spotlight, but then the last thing I'll say is Atlanta was risky with their last 2 coach hirings. I think they were done with it. What didn't they go Arthur
less risky
Smith?
Than I think Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris, and then Arthur Smith before that. They were risky with their last 2 coach hirings. I think they just want a football coach. I don't need you to be cool with the players, Raheem Morris. I don't need you to be a first time kind of guy, Arthur Smith. Just come, coach, ball.
I just feel if I'm an Atlanta fan, he just don't seem he fit. And I'll leave it like that, man.
But Raheem Morris fits great.
No, what I'm saying is I don't think he the culture type players. It's just me. I could be wrong. I don't know. The whole Shador thing got me.
But Atlanta, offensively, they ain't really got too many of them. I've known Bijan since he was in high school. I recruited him to Texas. Bijan and
Shador.
Shador.
No more. He hanging out with.
With Christian McCaffrey in the offseason. That's his homeboy.
Yeah. Well, he in Atlanta though. So during the season though, I seen with. He with Gucci, man.
Nah, Shady.
It might, I'm trying to tell you.
Did y'all think about Matthew
Bijan be out there on the golf course,
and
brother.
his favorite artist is Justin Bieber.
That's cool.
I'm not even lying.
No, you really, yeah.
But during the season, though, I've been seeing Jeezy. Oh, that's Young Jeezy? Okay.
Jeezy was at the game for the
I was
Falcons.
saying,
Shady.
is that T.I.? I don't know. So, look, he might hang out all season, but during the season, Atlanta?
I don't think Bijan stepped foot in Magic City, brother. I'm sorry. I don't think he touched opium. I don't think he's been out there in any of them spots, bro. But I will say this, though. The standard next year, or I'm sorry, the expectation next year for Stefanski is to win the division.
Yeah.
There's no excuses. Sorry, like year one, you got to step in. You have the most talented roster in that division. It's the worst division in all of football. You're supposed to be this new coach that's great, coach of the year with the most talented roster in a bad division. You should win it. So to me, that's what I'm expecting from Stefanski on.
Is that the case though?
It should be.
You got a budding Bryce Young that's coming off next, or coming back next year with a lot of confidence. Baker's gonna come back and be Baker. Which is good enough to be good enough. But
Stefanski,
I don't know if it's a cakewalk like that.
Stefanski should win the division in the next 2 years, and if he doesn't,
I think that's fair.
You should win it next year. You have the best player in that division. You have the best roster in that division. Period.
I will say,
period. You do.
That's fair. Yeah,
you do. They got the best roster in that division.
The question is going to be quarterback. But if you're a Kirk Cousins guy, we've seen coaches win divisions with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
Or did the Vikings win with Kirk Cousins? They probably did.
Vikings would have had to have.
I think they did it 1 year. Yeah, with Stefanski Diggs and whatnot. But yeah, I'm expecting you to go out there and win that division. And it is what it is. Speaking of those Browns, we had an article written of the Orlando Ledbetter, popular street in Dallas, if you know, you know. Falcons, Kevin Stefanski had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson failed, which started a chain reaction to 11 other starters. Shador Sanders closed out last season with 7 starts. Baker Mayfield saw this article, took exception, quote tweeted it and said, "Failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text/call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage.
Dang.
Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach." Fellas, do you guys think, because I'm not going to lie, one Emmanuel Acho will be eating some crow in this segment. And also, do you guys think that Baker Mayfield was out of line for these comments?
I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code Speakeasy today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Hell to the no-no. To the no-no. No, I love what Baker said for several reasons. I think oftentimes fans think players are mad when they get cut. Let me tell you my most passionate story in the NFL. Turn your volumes up. Players aren't mad for inherently getting cut. Players are mad for getting lied to or disrespected. I got cut 5 times by the age of 25. Philadelphia Eagles, they trade for me when Chip Kelly gets there from the Cleveland Browns. I'm in Philly. I got cut my second year in the league, got cut maybe twice my third year in the league. Finally, I get cut on the Tuesday before a Thanksgiving game. We're playing the Detroit Lions. It's 2015. Chip Kelly calls me into the office. He says, "Hey, Ach, I just got to elevate this practice squad player. Going to release you. We're going to sign you right back right after the game, assuming all goes well. Go enjoy an early Thanksgiving vacation." I'm a vet at this point. So when you used to get cut as a young bull, okay, coach, whatever. Now I'm asking the questions. So you're saying you're going to bring me right back, assuming everything is normal. Gotcha, Ach. So now, T, I'm in Cali. I'm staying with a friend, a teammate on the Eagles. I'm in Cali watching the Thanksgiving game, making sure nobody gets injured so nothing crazy happens. Nobody gets injured. Monday comes around, wait for my call. See if Chip called me. He gonna call me Tuesday. Tuesday come around, let me see if Chip called me. You know he busy. He gonna call me on Wednesday. I never heard from Chip Kelly again. Ever. We end up on the same set at ESPN one time, And Mac Brown was there, Chip's there. We're both doing a college football show. Booger McFarland heard that Chip Kelly cut me. Booger gonna ask, "Hey Chip, why the hell you do my guy Acho like that?" Chip's face bright red, like a tomato. True story. I love what Baker said, because Baker, it worked out for Baker. He not mad necessarily getting cut, getting released, getting traded. Baker's like, "Hey, I'm just still waiting to hear from you after you ship me off." Comes Stefanski, I helped you win your first and only playoff game in Cleveland. Your first and only. I help you win your first coach of the year. I can't even get a call, a text. You feel me? So I like it. Now, Baker talking real tough for a dude that doesn't really get to the third round of the playoffs. But, like, I like it, though. I like it. Where you at, T?
I think everybody likes it. This is why people root for Baker Mayfield. This is why, because what other quarterback or how many other quarterbacks would just send this tweet out?
Yeah.
They may speak on it when they play,
Yep.
but they wouldn't send this out. Now, you looking for the schedule like, man, when the Bucks going to play the Falcons? Because you just want to see how that interaction is going to be. But this is why Baker is who he is as a player. This is why he's made it as far as he's made it. In the league, being the first pick, because he always has that chip on his shoulder. It's more of a respect thing. Like, when you the quarterback, we sit in a lot of meetings, just you and I together. Head coach, because Stefanski is basically the play caller.
Yep.
We spend a lot of time together. We talking on the phone a lot, going over the game plan. I'm telling you what I like and don't like on the game over the phone a lot. So you mean to tell me you can't just give me a call? And that bothered him because he would have never tweeted that had that not been bothering him. It still was bothering him. And it's been years now. And so I don't mind it because this how you feel. Say how you feel.
Baker also, if we're being honest, he has what, Napoleon syndrome?
Nah, Baker Mayfield, I think he has if you disrespect me syndrome. I'm going to let you know.
He has a super duper chip on his shoulder.
Here's why I say Napoleon, because Baker takes everything as disrespect. See if you can pull up what Baker said about Steve Wilks. Steve Wilks was the interim head coach for the Carolina Panthers when Steve Wilks benched or cut or traded Baker Mayfield, and Baker went out and said something. Do we have the comments?
I remember this.
All right, Rome, does our volume work? Yeah. All right, let's try this.
There you go. Big was it for you guys to get the victory for him?
I loved it, and it's also their D coordinator was the one that cut me in Carolina, so it was a lot of stuff was personal today.
Great.
Former Jet.
Okay, defensive coordinator Steve Wilks. Now I'm gonna keep talking. See if you can find Steve Wilks' response. I think Steve Wilks got on Twitter like 60-some odd years to respond.
Yeah.
Baker take everything personal because Baker was playing the Jets, and the defensive coordinator for the Jets this year was Steve Wilks before he got fired. And Baker's like, "Yo, I love that comeback win. Defensive coordinator's the guy that cut me in Carolina." And Steve Wilks was like, "Bro, I ain't even cut you. It wasn't even my decision."
Baker never said anything negative about Sean McVay. Nothing but positive things. Because Sean McVay treated him with respect. Never said anything wrong about Sean McVay, ever.
Did Sean McVay treat him with respect, or was Sean McVay forced into a situation?
He treated him, whether it's going to work or not, he was honest with him.
Yeah, and that's what people love. Here's Steve Wilks' response to Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Extra motivation facing you. Do you have any reaction to that?
A lot of respect for Baker. Tremendous football player. And he's doing a hell of a job with those guys down there. So nothing really to say beyond that. I don't know how long you've been doing this, but I'm sure you're quite educated on it. I don't really think an interim coach has that much authority over personnel. If that's the case, I would have never gotten rid of our best player, Christian McCaffrey.
So I think Baker takes everything as a slight. Why I love it, it's work for Baker. No scholarship offers out of Austin Westlake,
Lake Travis,
freaking out of Lake Travis with the University of Texas 15 minutes down the road. You don't think Baker relished in beating Texas every time he got the opportunity? School 15 minutes down the road from me, don't offer me? Boom, he goes to Texas Tech. Baker left because they said you're going to have to compete for the job. Not because they said, hey, you're going to lose the job. They said, you're going to have to compete. I believe it was with Davis Webb.
Yep.
And Baker was like, bruh, I just started as a true freshman. I'm not competing with nobody. He leaves, goes to Oklahoma, beats out Trevor Knight. If y'all remember, Trevor Knight was there. Katy Perry tweeted at Trevor Knight after watching that bowl game as a whole thing. Goes to Oklahoma, beats out Trevor Knight, becomes a starter, wins a Heisman, goes to Cleveland. So Baker uses this figment of hate as his motivation. kind of, the Michael Jordan manuscript. Because after watching The Last Dance, everybody was like, Michael, nobody said that to you.
Yeah.
George Karl was
Made
like,
it up.
Michael, I never saw you at a restaurant before game one. Like, what are you talking about? You make things up in your head.
I think it's an interesting situation. I mean, to be honest, you've convinced me not to get on your head. And you know what?
What do you think it was about? What about?
Because in my opinion, I felt like Stefanski was responsible in part for Baker Mayfield's departure from Cleveland, which I think is big on him. But also, I understand Andrew Berry tried to get it. Deshaun Watson, who they viewed as a huge upgrade as well. I do think it's a bit of a shot. But for me, the main thing is Baker. You're excited to see him 2 times a year, and you're giving them that fuel. A roster that's better than yours. A team that's really just waiting for a competent coaching to go win a lot of games. You're going to look really bad when you go out there and go 0-2 against them next year if that's what happens. That's just how it feels to me. But I think Baker is that dude with a chip on his shoulder. I said this whenever he was in college. He is unbelievably annoying and just like a tough guy to root for sometimes when he's not your quarterback.
Yeah.
When he is your quarterback, boy, oh boy, bro, I would love to have a quarterback like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With that mindset and with that heart.
With that mindset. Not with that arm.
Yeah. Well, the arm is nice. The ability's limited.
Sorry, not with that late game decision making.
There we go. Yeah, I'm like Baker got a can. He got a cannon.
No, he can.
He's
pretty.
I don't think his body backs up his mentality. That's why he always be hurt late in the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got the body.
Baker
He got the mentality of Cam Newton.
Run people over. Like, bro, just get down. But
Bro.
I love Baker.
Yeah.
With his size, the Bucks. When Brady left, it was like, oh, they going downhill, and he's kept it respectable,
bro. Hell
he's
yeah.
kept it respectable, and so I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it you're a division opponent. It makes these games interesting now.
But does Baker now have to go 2-0 or he looks like a fool against the Falcons?
Nah, you just got to play well.
Yeah.
You got to play well.
Because we're revisiting
You
this.
for sure got to play well. But I believe this is why he does these things, because he knows I got to back up how I'm talking now. Like, if I'm going to write this check, I'm going to cash it. Then so he got to show.
Did the Browns, in retrospect, because Kevin Stefanski's gone now, T, let me ask you, should the Browns regret going after Deshaun, or was it they made the best decision they could make with the information they had at the time?
You can't regret that, because at the time he was one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. I mean, you can look at some trades happen when you think you have your franchise quarterback, because if we get our franchise quarterback, that's the Cleveland Browns, we're set for the next decade.
Yes, they are.
It's so hard to find that guy. They swung and they missed.
Yeah.
It happens, and it won't be the last time.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to win at the highest level in professional sports, sometimes you're going to swing and miss.
That's fair.
Fellas, we have breaking news.
Breaking news in the Speakeasy.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
From Adam Schefter.
Yes, I knew it.
From Adam Schefter.
I knew it.
John Harbaugh and the Giants are working to finalize an agreement to make him the New York Giants' next head coach. Barring a setback, a deal is expected. Multiple sources tell ESPN. More contract negotiations to happen as things go. But fellas, what's you guys' reaction? Harbaugh to the New York Football Giants. How do we feel about this move?
I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than PrizePicks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's super easy to use. To create a lineup, all you got to do, select a few player stats, pick more or less. That's literally it. PrizePicks is available in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, my home state, and Georgia. But my favorite thing, PrizePicks is going to give you $50 in lineups when you make your first $5 lineup. What's that mean? Win or lose, you get $50 in lineups for free. Just download the app and use promo code Speakeasy today. $5 gets you $50 in lineups. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. I like this move a lot. Number one, because we know that Harbaugh's a really good coach, right? We know that. It ran out in time in Baltimore, but we know he's a really good coach. Here's why else I like it. I like it because we know that Harbaugh can put good structure around young, budding quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson steps in as a rookie under Jim Harbaugh, goes 6-1. They instantly make the playoffs. After that, Lamar Jackson's career arc, it just continues to do this and this and this and this, including a unanimous MVP. along with another MVP. So Harbaugh can make sure that Jackson Dart has the structure that Dart needs to have in order to develop. Harbaugh is going to make sure that he has a really good defense. What pieces do the Giants have? They have a Brian Burns. They have an Abdul Carter. They have a Dexter Lawrence. They could tag a Kayvon Thibodeau if they want to. Like, they have the structure to have a really good defense. What did Harbaugh have in his times there? He had a T-Sizzle. He had a Haloti Nada. You know what I mean? Like, he had this defensive front of really good edge rushers. So I love Harbaugh to the Giants because Harbaugh is used to the spotlight. He's used to nurturing young quarterbacks. He's used to getting the best out of young quarterbacks, and he's used to making sure he can maximize really good defensive talent. And we got breaking news in the Speakeasy.
We love it, man. We love it. We love it. TJ, how do you feel about this move?
The Giants have been somewhat unstable. Harbaugh's a stabilizer. He's going to bring some structure, principles, offensively and defensively. Now, it's not going to be easy. You in a division with the Eagles, good on both sides of the ball. With the Cowboys, great on offense. With the Commanders, that was just in the NFC Championship last season. So it's not going to be easy, but you got to look at what minus this year. Harbaugh has done a really good job with getting defensive coordinators that are not just good, they're elite. McDonald in Seattle, he was with Harbaugh, elite, mentor out here in LA.
Yeah.
Elite. And so outside of, and Zach Gore was bad last year, early in the season, and picked it up.
It seemed like he was figuring it out
later.
I
really like the hire because he's going to stabilize this offense. He's going to stabilize this. He's going to stabilize the locker room, and I believe that's what they need. That's what they need.
No, I agree with that. I think the Giants really did need stability, and they needed a coach that, at the worst, can get you some winning seasons, like some consecutive winning seasons. And with this roster that he's walking into, it's very similarly built to some of the teams that I think he had on the Ravens.
Correct.
A very defensive-heavy team with an amazing defensive line. You got some playmakers. You need to shore up some players in that secondary. But the Giants are a great fit for John Harbaugh, and I think John Harbaugh is a great fit for the Giants. So I'm pissed that they're in my division now, but it's
you also have to
cool.
remember, like, Harbaugh's both a builder and a maintainer. Like, he can do both. You know what I mean? Like, he's helped rebuild teams at times, even in the middle of them breaking down, and then he can maintain success. What the Giants need right now is they need that builder version of Harbaugh.
Harbaugh is cool, bruh. He cool.
Yeah.
Like, you call Harbaugh, he answer the phone. You text Harbaugh, he texts back. Like, he one of them guys. He famous, right?
Yep.
He a nice famous guy. Like, anytime I call him, he answer the phone.
Yeah.
I text him, he respond. And I only played with him 1 year.
Yeah.
And so,
give me a personal experience story because, again, unique to you and any other show, somebody has actually played with Harbaugh talking about this manner. What's like one thing about Harbaugh that you know will improve the Giants tomorrow?
he communicates with all his players. Like, he would come to certain guys, and I'm one of the certain guys, and what you think about the game plan this week? Mm-hmm. If I didn't like it, I'd be like, oh, I think we probably should have this in the game plan that's not in it. It would be in the game plan the next day in the meeting. Whether we ran it or not, it would be in there. Now we got a couple new plays in there. And I wasn't the only one. He asked Anquan, he going to ask Derek Mason. And so, like, we'd have walkthrough outside, you know, before practice. You know,
yep.
It's snowing. You want to walk through outside? Go inside. I wouldn't go inside. All right, we're going to put the walkthrough inside. Just little things like that for the guys, because you know that matters to us.
Yeah.
That matters. You're like, damn, he okay. He cool. He actually listened to us. And so he's a player's coach, but you're not running him over, because I done seen Harbaugh get in a stance. Mm-hmm. We in full pads, and he go all out. He probably ain't doing that now because he's a little older. But he literally would get in a stance and really show guys what to do with no pads on, like going full speed.
Yeah. How many years until John Harbaugh, excuse me, how many years until Harbaugh wins the division?
That division tough, man.
Sure.
If the Cowboys figure it out with these draft picks on defense, they're going to be hell for everybody. Obviously what the Eagles have. And
how many years?
I'm going to say 3.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Is Harbaugh officially the best coach in the NFC East?
Yes. No question. No question. Better than Dan Quinn. Better than Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
And better than Sirianni. Yeah.
Sirianni one's the.
Yeah, he is. And the other coaches in that division may not say it publicly, but deep down they be like, yeah, he the best coach here. He is.
Yeah.
They got him one. Cowboys fan.
Look, man, with in terms of him being the best coach,
In terms of instant reaction.
better than Shoddy, better than Dan Quinn. I would honestly say you could put him over Sirianni. The only question is, like, Sirianni got a ring recently, but I also think because of the past couple of days conversations we've had about Sirianni, I would favor John Harbaugh over him just because I think he does being that CEO a whole lot better. He plays that role a whole lot better as a head coach.
Bird, like the Cowboys got so many draft picks, bro. If they get this defense right, that division about to be crazy.
My immediate reaction as a Cowboys fan, though, is damn. I think we all feel like the Giants are a bit of a sleeping giant, no pun intended. Like they are. They're sitting there with a very talented defensive line. They have guys that can go out there and make impact plays. With a Malik Neighbors on the offensive side of the ball, now a Cam Scatterbull coming in, Jackson Dart, they have a young quarterback, and now you're giving them a coach that's been there, done that, won championships, goes to playoffs, wins playoff games, does that thing over and over and over again. It sucks. It sucks now to have that in the division as well. I'm not, in the immediate future, I'm not really that concerned, though. I think as the Cowboys, our Super Bowl window, if there is going to be one with Dak Prescott as our quarterback, which I don't think there is, to be completely honest with you, it's over the next 2 to 3 years, and then after that, we're gonna be building around the young core that we have right now, and it's gonna take a couple of years to get back. But like TJ said, about 2-3 years, I expect those Giants to be a problem.
Bro, here's what's interesting is Giants had kind of the pick of the litter. Giants have Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, Tyrone Tracy plus Scatterbull, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns.
They got pieces.
They got pieces.
Young.
Yeah.
Yes. They got pieces.
I don't even need to keep Kayvon.
And so Harbaugh being this domino, to me, it almost says, one, people view Harbaugh as the best coach out there. Is that an incorrect statement?
Hey, but what? No, that is it's because of his presence, who he is, the success he's had. But these teams, like, bro, what are they doing? Especially the teams that have had an opening for a while. You're gonna be the last team to hire a coach. You're getting the worst candidate. You getting. Well, guess we just got to settle on him. I'm trying to get the best candidate possible, so I want to get my position filled ASAP. The teams that wait, you are getting the bottom of the bag in chips, all the crumbs. You getting crumbs.
Yeah.
I want a nice chip. I want a crunchy. I don't want the crumbs where I got to put a handful in just to get I don't want that. I want the best possible. Harbaugh is the best possible right now. And as the dominoes fall, the teams that are 8 and 9 and choosing their head coach, you probably may get a good coach, but you're not getting the best coach.
Yeah. You know what else is interesting? Harbaugh can assemble a hell out of a staff, boy. Because to y'all, you brought it up.
Yes.
Mike McDonald came from there. Jesse Minter came from there.
Back and forth.
Wink Martindale came from there. You know what I mean? Like, Harbaugh can assemble one hell of a staff. My question, again, we mentioned this name yesterday. Remember Greg Roman was with John Harbaugh. Do you think he tries to default to Greg? Jackson Dart, mobile. You know what I mean? You have those running backs, power backs.
I believe he's going to try to get with somebody that's a forward-thinking offensive mind.
Yep.
You have to. That's where the game is going. Like, that works. But in that division, you think you about to just run the ball down the Eagles' throat? Pause.
Yeah.
You think you about to do that? No. And Cowboys, with that D-line, you think you're doing that to them?
Yeah.
And so you got to win your division
Can John
first.
Harbaugh make these Giants relevant again? Giants was popping. Odell was there 2017. Victor Cruz, Odell Beckham, the dude from Oklahoma, Sterling Shepard. Like, the Giants was popping for a moment there. Even from 2014 to 2017,
they had
Eli
a little
Manning was
squad.
there. Like, they had a squad. Can he get them popping again? Can he get them relevant again?
That's going to boil down to one thing.
Quarterback?
Can you win? If you win, you popping. As soon as you start winning, everybody want to see you. Everybody want to watch you on TV. Everybody want to come to the game.
Yeah.
And so if he can win, yeah, they'll be popping. Yeah. If Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors comes back from this injury the right way, yeah, because they need that threat. Cam Scatterbull come back from his injury. If those two guys come back, because those are big pieces of their team, and they both have serious injuries. If those dudes can bounce back, of course.
I agree with what you said, though, earlier. It's quarterback. His handling of Jackson Dart is going to determine whether he's a success or failure in the NFC East. Because you look at that division, you got Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts.
Check.
You got Dak Prescott.
Check.
You got JD5.
Check.
Like you can't. They had Daniel Jones competing with those guys, and it showed.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you need some form of stability with Jackson Dart.
Hey,
He
who's
has to be able to play at an
Who's the
elite
best and
level.
worst quarterback in that division if you rank 1 through 4?
You want me to be honest?
Be honest.
Because of the playoff performances, I would say talent-wise, I'm putting JD5 top. Then I put Jalen Hurts because I know I can't trust Dak in the playoffs. Then I put Dak. Then I put Dart. If I'm just going off of what I think they can do, I got Dak first. I got JD5 second. I got Jalen third, and I got Dart last because he's just not as proven yet.
I got to go Hurts first. I got to go Jaden second, Dak third, Jackson fourth because of the big moments and because of talent. Dak is obviously talented, but to me, what Jalen's shown us when it matters most, put him up there first. Jaden got to show me he can stay healthy. But Jackson Dart, by the end of next season, can quickly become the second best quarterback in that division. You know what I mean? Like, he could quickly become
Second?
that. I think it's possible.
He got to win the division to have that distinction.
Yes.
Sorry, you're just like those other guys.
I agree with
JD5's made an NFC championship and played for competed for the division. You had Dak win the division multiple times. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. Like, you're not just jumping into second.
Shocked if they won the division? Because I wouldn't.
Next year?
It would
not
shock
that
me.
far-
It
they're
would
not that
shock
far
me.
away.
It would shock me.
I
Would really shock me. It would be like, God damn, Harbaugh,
Think, bro,
job well
you
done.
have-
Harbaugh coach of the year if they win the division
You
next
have,
year.
you have your left tackle. You have your running back.
You have
You have your
everything.
quarterback. You have your wideout. You have your star edge rushers. You have your defensive tackle. Linebackers, with all due respect to our position, dime a dozen. You know, you don't necessarily have your defensive back anymore,
You
but
don't.
they got pieces, T.
We
Pieces.
think we have our receiver because he's coming off a major injury.
Okay, yeah.
We think we have our quarterback. He had a decent rookie year. A lot of ebbs and flows and highs and lows. And we don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And I don't want to put y'all on the spot with the 4 quarterback thing and me not answer it. If you're basing it off of just who would you want throwing you the ball, you got to go Dak number 1. Now, if you base it off accomplishments, it's Jalen Hurts number 1, no question. But who you want throwing the ball? That's Dak Prescott. Out of respect to Jalen Hurts, you got to put him number 2 because, in essence, Jaden Daniels has only played one season.
Yeah.
And I'm super biased around him all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm biased, but I got to be honest. And then Jackson Dart has to be last. But if we go off of who do you want throwing you the ball, it's Dak, it's Jaden Daniels, then it's Hurts.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
accomplishments,
It's inburst.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Yes.
ask y'all this. We focus so much on the Giants. Let's for a moment. Breaking news. Y'all just tapping into the Speakeasy. Harbaugh allegedly about to sign a deal with the Giants. Let's talk about Harbaugh for a moment. Obviously, he was probably the most desired coach. Is the Giants the wrong decision for him? Falcons, Ravens, Browns, Raiders. Correct. Help me out here, Kieran.
Ravens.
Said that. Said
Oh,
the
okay.
Ravens.
You had the goodness gracious.
Who, bro?
the
Yeah,
Cardinals,
the
the
Dolphins, yeah.
Cardinals, yeah.
The Cardinals.
Was
too.
this the best for him?
Nobody wants the Cardinals job. Nobody wants the Raiders job. 2 worst jobs on the market right now.
Yeah.
The 2 best jobs, in my opinion, outside of the Ravens, because you're going to the Ravens and you're expected to compete for championships immediately because you have all world Lamar Jackson. Giants, young, talented. You have a wide receiver 1 coming off that injury, but I mean, new age coming off ACLs is a whole lot easier. You have a young quarterback. You can mold that Giants team. That's what I said a couple of weeks ago or last week. You can mold that the young Giants team. Obviously, Atlanta, that division, the talent that you have on the roster, amazing job. That's the only argument for me for John Harbaugh. Atlanta would have been amazing for John Harbaugh, but also who's won and stayed there consistently? Nobody.
I would say the top 2 for me were the Falcons and Giants in that order. And I say the Falcons because of what they have on offense. And a young, improving defense with the draft picks that they had. Yeah, you don't have a first-round pick this year, and that's okay because the guys that you have and you drafted this year on defense look like they can play. But offensively, you get the Falcons. Now, is Penix the answer? I say he is, but now another injury to your knees, and I believe this is his third one, I believe, in the last 5 years. That's a problem.
but it's the path of least resistance. You got the Panthers under 500, went to the playoffs. You got the Bucks under 500. You have the Saints under 500. That's why I say it was the best job, because you can get to the playoffs out of that division with the Falcons easily with those skilled guys on offense.
Yeah, and I the Falcons was the one job that you could say. I just think John Harbaugh fits in New York. I think it works for him. I think it's more competitive. It's similar to the Ravens type division on the AFC side, where you have dogs in that division as well. I got to go against the Steelers. I got to go against the Bengals. That two teams that have had playoff success or have championship caliber over the past couple of years. I mean, well, not the Steelers, but the Ravens and the Bengals both making playoff runs. I'm going. This Giants job is perfect for him. Atlanta would be nice, but I just don't see him in Atlanta.
That division,
I just don't see him.
NFC East is tough.
Who do you guys think Atlanta gets now?
In the draft? Ooh. What pick do they have?
No, not the draft. Coaching wise. Who?
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
I'm sorry. Do they consider McDaniel? Do they consider Stefanski?
With the
give
weapons
me,
like that?
Bruh, give me McDaniel.
In Atlanta?
Yeah. Because what Atlanta needs is McDaniel can go win a division. I don't think he can win a Super Bowl.
And they're playing indoors with that offense.
Here's what I need. With all due respect, go get the best out of Bijan, Pitts, London, and Penix in their prime. Yeah. We are sitting in their prime. And they're all sitting in their athletic prime for the next 3 to 4 years. I don't think McDaniel can win a Super Bowl. I think he's too soft of a head coach. But I have Bijan Robinson, first-round pick. Kyle Pitts, first-round pick. Drake London, first-round pick. Michael Penix, first-round pick. Go maximize their skill set immediately. Again, we got the breaking news. Harbaugh to the Giants. Coaching dominoes. The first one has fallen. Social Trader chat's talking to us. Where we at, G?
Yeah, the chat is definitely popping right now. We got a $20 super chat from Eduardo Salinas. We got a Salinas in the back, so shout out to him. Y'all probably cousins somewhere down the road. Said Mike McDaniel to the Eagles or Cards, TJ. I know Wilson needs a coach. Needs a good coach. Love you, boys.
I'm biased because Mike Wilson is like the guy that I've trained more than anybody that I've ever trained. And when I got with him, he was not an NFL guy. And I didn't make him an NFL guy. He worked his way into that. Happy for him.
Yep.
Happy for him. The Cardinals, they got pieces.
Yeah.
They just don't have the main piece. Because the offense played better with Jacoby Brissett than they played with Kyler Murray. Now, Kyler Murray has all this guaranteed money. You stuck. Mm-hmm. You're stuck. Literally, Marvin Harrison was – everybody, when he was at Ohio State, was saying he was the best receiver, one of the best receivers in the world. We're not just talking college football. They were saying that. Like, he was better than guys in the league when he was at Ohio State.
Correct.
And he hasn't played that way because his quarterback situation is not what it needs to be.
Correct.
And so the Cardinals need to figure that out before anything. And that's why anybody taking his job is going to be like, it's my last resort, only option.
Yeah, that's fair. Acho, a bit of a opposite perspective on the point you made. So Central Cash said, I'm not gonna lie, I think John is a bad hire because he got rid of Mike McDaniels, his OC that he picked wasn't great, and let's not forget Lamar kept his job, but we'll see.
It's hard to say that Harbaugh's a bad hire when he's been so good for so long.
Yeah.
Now, I think Harbaugh is a safe hire.
Yeah.
But I can't call him a bad hire.
Yeah.
You want to say safe? Bad. But
when you're the Giants, don't you want to you got a good team. At least we got good pieces.
Yeah. Here's the other thing, bro. Let's be for real. I was on the Giants practice squad for 6 weeks in 2013. The Giants can't afford another bad hire. After Coughlin, we had Pat Shurmur. We had that heavier set dude 2017 that won a playoff game with him.
Mm-hmm.
McAdoo.
Yeah.
We had Joe Judge.
We had Joe Judge. God. We had Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
They've had 4 coaches in like 10 years.
Yeah.
But when
you probably want a guy.
First 3,
yes, sir.
They never got another head coaching job, so that just lets you know. Y'all blew it. You blew it. You blew it.
So you need a guy who you can just say, let's go safe. Like, sure, could they go try to get Kubiak? And Kubiak might not actually be a good head coach. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, if you're the Giants, and since Tom Coughlin, you've rattled off 4 coaches, and this just off the top of my head, apologies for missing any. You said Joe Judge. Phenomenal point. Like, what are we doing? Like, and Joe Judge was a risky one. Didn't work. You know what I mean? Like Pat Shermer, risky guy. Pat Shermer, I think, just got fired by Colorado as their offensive coordinator. So, like, go get a coach you know can be a coach for the foreseeable future.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's real. Eduardo Salinas sent another super chat. This one was $50 and said, "Cards the worst job?" ? We have pieces. Wilson, McBride, Brother Baker,
Buddha.
Yeah, Buddha Baker, my bad. Marvin Harrison, man, you sleeping on us, TJ, tell him.
He right. He's not lying. But the main piece.
Yeah.
I don't play chess.
Yeah.
But everybody say, what's the most important piece on the chessboard? The queen, right?
That queen.
Yeah.
That queen
They don't have that.
Uh-oh.
They searching.
We got 30.
We got a timeout?
The Cardinals are in what division?
NFC West.
You got Sean McVay.
Check.
You got Kyle Shanahan.
Check.
You got Mike McDonald now, who's looking crazy good. You got to play them 6 games out of the year, and you don't have a quarterback. That's the worst job you could. That's one of the worst jobs you could take. Yeah, I'm sorry, it just is. Like, and it's not to say that the Cardinals don't have talent. Trey McBride's awesome. Marvin Harrison Jr. awesome.
Mike Wilson,
Mike Wilson, awesome. Like you can get. There's some guys over there. Are they going to compete for that division in the next 2-3 years? If you had to put your money on it, would you?
No, hell no.
Hell no. Not with bro. The Seahawks are young
and they owe Kyler
amazing.
Murray big money guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly. Kyle Shanahan could be one of the best coaches in the NFL.
Yeah.
Based off of what we've seen, Sean McVay, perennial playoff and Super Bowl contender. That's one of the worst divisions out there, and it's not a slight on the Cardinals. Cardinals are like good. I think they're solid.
What's the
you
worst?
Have to play them
what's
6.
the worst opening though? Them or the Raiders?
The Raiders. The Raiders.
Oh.
The Raiders. The problem with the Raiders is
everything.
You have nothing.
Yeah.
You have Max Crosby and a bag of chips.
A disgruntled Max Crosby.
And no. You can't keep Max Crosby.
Yeah.
It's not an option.
Yeah.
You have Ashton Genty, very talented. Gonna have to get an entire offensive line around him. Yeah. You need a way better defense. You need a quarterback. You're gonna draft a quarterback this year, and he's gonna get killed.
Yeah.